How can the descendants for whom are defined as proceeding from their biblical ancestors for whom made up the Exodus in Egypt financially invest in me, in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, or prisons all over the world after I legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally purchased God's children, Allah's children, and my atheist children in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world when I legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally purchased my wife, children, and Forecasters Incorporated from inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida without you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, or prisons all over the world, legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, or federally being a goat, sheep, plaintiff, and defendant in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, as well as on September 30th in 2023 at 10:28 in the morning. Therefore, if I didn't legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally come to you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world as the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Ten Commandments, the Holy Bible, and the Holy Quran. How could you see that my legion of angels came to the legal, historical, biblical, religious, spiritual, financial, mental, and federal aid of my wife, children, and Forecasters Incorporated in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning? And if you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, nor prisons all over the world didn't know that my legion of angels came to the aid of my wife, my children, and Forecasters Incorporated inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, how would you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world know that I am a legion of angels? See, like, how would you know that I am the legion of angels who defended my wife, my children, and our business inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12, 2008 at 10:40 in the morning, as well as inside of the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida on February 20th in 2018 at 9:20 in the morning, if I don't tell you? Like, how would you know? Now, if I didn't become the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964 inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, then you would have saw me as the most subtle beast that the Lord God had made. Now, if I am now showing you the most subtle beast, how am I not the Lord God? See, but I'm saying, I don't believe in that, right? But you do. So if you judging me to a God that you not, then why can't I use what you believe to show you that you are those who disbelieved, and see you still teaching in disbelief? See, because you doing the same thing. Like here I am saying, well, man, this is this legal matter that I had, but I saw that you could have this legal matter that I got, so I'm giving you the evidence of what I did to talk to you about what was happening to me. But now you telling me what happened to Jesus is not, what's happening to me is nothing compared to what's happening to Jesus. But I'm saying, well, you say that what happened to Jesus cleansed you from your sins. But now I'm telling you someone sinning against me, and you telling me about how Jesus died for our sins and that I'm not perfect. And I'm saying, well, why are you advocating for the person who making me prove that I'm perfect? See, you arguing against perfection as if it's okay to be imperfect. But what I'm saying is, if I wasn't legally perfect, then wouldn't my enemy now perfect the law against me? But now that I have perfected the law and became the law that I perfected, now the religious leaders are now aiding and abetting the evil spirit in attacking me. So now I'm saying, well, if your elected officials, as well as your religious leaders, are now aiding and abetting each other in denying you of my truth, then how could either believe in a God? Now, okay, now I say, so when I legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally became the Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964, how can you now deny that I am these documents if you wasn't in the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida, nor in the federal courthouse in the Middle District of Florida when I became these legal documents? So if the devil can use something in self-defense, then if you are fighting the devil, then why can't you use what the devil used in self-defense against the devil who using it against you in self-defense? Like, where would be the equal protection under the law when you fighting Satan, if Satan, right, if Satan's God allows him to violate the law to get you to violate the law? So which one of you all will be upholding the law if you violate the law because Satan tempted you to violate the law. Now, Satan's God is then going to allow Satan to judge you for what Satan's God allowed Satan to do to you. Now, where is your protection? Your elected officials is not teaching you about civics. Your spiritual advisors don't advise you about the Florida Constitution or no constitution in the Union. They don't teach you about the United States Constitution. They don't teach you about no kind of statutory law. The only thing they teach you is biblical experiences. See, and they're teaching you biblical experiences as if they're going to save you from a trial, your trial. But you can't even use the evidence that you being taught cover you in self-defense. So you being taught the Bible or you're being taught the Quran, but you can't use either inside of the court of law. So why are you being taught something that don't cover you when you need to be covered? Now, these things that you taught supposed to educate you so then you can be covered, right? Like so by me learning the law, when Satan attacked me, I was able to counter Satan because I knew the law. Now, Satan didn't know that I knew the law as thoroughly as I knew it. So they squandered their opportunity to settle with me when they allowed me to purchase you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, and jails and prisons all over the world. So now I'm asking you, therefore, if I did not legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally become Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream, for which is defined as a series of thoughts, images, or emotions occurring during sleep in my life's time, right? So now, in my life's time, I became Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream. I was living every series of the thoughts that he had. I became the images of the images that he thought and spoke of. And now I am giving you my emotions in a plea for your liberation, just like he did. See, I'm saying, let not color stop us from saving humanity. Because once we start on the path of inhumanity, humanity dies. See, that's what Dr. Martin Luther King was talking about when he was saying it's non-violent or non-existent. See, that's what he's talking about. See, so now we are all together in the end of the deception and the beginning of liberation. Because once you are deceived, you are denied of yourself. Because once you are taught that you are something you're not, then you will never be what you're supposed to be. So say, if you teach a child that they're greater than another child, then you hurt the greatness in the child that you teach that they great just because they your child. Because now, what is their greatness other than you? Because they only great because they your child, right? So now, if you support your child with your greatness, then your child learn how to become as great as you. See what I'm saying? So now, as your wisdom overtakes your physicality, right? Then your child's greatness becomes amplified because your child's mind becomes strong enough to then support your mental greatness. See what I'm saying? But if you lift and build your strength up, but your mind is weak, then you just a strong fool whose body moves when it want to. But if you are led by your central source, then your body becomes a weapon. You see? Because the fool swings without a destination with the punch. But a technical fighter that fight with his mind or her mind, when they throw something, it's thrown to land. It's not thrown wild. See, so a fool will try to scare you, see, because they do all that hollering. But see, somebody who actually know what they doing, they ain't gonna listen, and you don't even hear that. See, I see you, I don't hear you, because I gotta stop you. So if I listen to you, I can't stop you, because I gotta get that small spot to stop you. See, I gotta hit you with everything. Every time I hit you, I stop you, because I'm trying to stop you. I'm not trying to contain you. See, that I don't do that. See, when it's you and I, it's death. See, that's why I don't like to get mad, because see, you might be trying to prove a point, and I'm trying to get rid of you, because you done messed with me. You done took me to a point of no return. See, now either you gonna respect me or kill me, or I'm gonna kill you. See, something finna happen, because you done took me there. And now I wanna know why. See, what did you see in me that would think that you could get away with that? Because I was quiet, I was humble. So now, how would have I been able to legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally show you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world, those for whom all illegally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally termed Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream, for which is defined as an experience of waking life having the characteristics of a dream into a nightmare, for which is defined as an evil spirit formerly thought to oppress people during sleep, which is when you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world would be able to finally understand that the exodus that the Holy Bible now historically testifies to you in hoods, projects, communities, schools, colleges, universities, churches, temples, synagogues, mosques, detention centers, jails, and prisons all over the world, that Moses and Aaron biblically started in Egypt historically became the property of King George III in England, according to history, for which is defined as a chronological record of significant events such as those affecting a nation or institution, often including an explanation of their causes, testified that General George Washington led Moses' exodus out of the hands of King George III's history, for which is defined as a treatise, right? Treatise is Treatise for which is defined as a systematic exposition, for which is defined as a setting forth of the meaning as well as the purpose for the 13 colonies becoming the United States, becoming the 13 states, which would show the purpose for Moses' Exodus, becoming the civil rights movement, for which legally, historically, biblically, religiously, spiritually, financially, mentally, and federally became the property of King Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. and Queen Benita Elaine Epps Castle of Fort Castle Incorporated inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida on August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. So see, now people are asking me, what do I do? So, but I'm saying, if I have had to fight an evil spirit into court, then how else can you do business with me other than me investing in you? How could you invest in me without you committing a crime? See, okay, if I don't go to court and you and I do business, then how we getting the most out of the business we doing when this book right here is worth $1,500? One book. But you want to make money doing like me working. But I'm saying I've already put my work in. Why can't I sell my asset? Right? Now, an asset. See, you want to see, I don't know what a slave see as an investment. See, I don't know. See, because I'm saying freedom is the best investment that I ever made. But the descendant of slaves want to make money, not progress. See, so an asset is the entire property of a person, association, corporation, or estate applicable or subject to the payment of debts, right? So now, if my freedom is subject to be taxed, because finances is freedom to a slave. So now, I am now being taxed on income, right? Now let's go income. A gain or reoccurring benefit, usually measured in money, that derives from capital or labor. Also, the amount of such gain received in a period of time. Now, if my freedom, which I had to get coming out of South Street Projects, I had to get with a job, right? So I worked for the United States Navy. I served. Then I got out. I got a job at Cablevision, which is Spectrum Cable. I got on at Orlando Utilities. Then I got on at the United States Postal Service. So that is showing where my income came from. But even though I had income and I could prove that I paid the taxes on that income, those who turned Dr. Martin Luther King's dream into a nightmare also turned my dream into a nightmare. So now, if I lived Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream, right? So that means I lived in his series of thoughts. See, I lived in the images that he wanted us to live in. I was a father, a provider, a husband. I provided for my grandmother, my friends. I had knowledge. If they needed help doing something, if I had the time, they didn't need the money because I could do some things. So I was more valuable because I could take money out of the situation because I had ability that they would have had to pay for if I didn't have the ability to give them. See, so now they don't understand that I just saved you money when I gave you my ability. See, because if you had to pay me for my ability, then it would have cost you money. See what I'm saying? But see, that's what I'm saying about a slave. See, the slave don't see their ability as a way out of poverty. See, but what they do is they take money and they don't become useful. See, okay, if it's things to do around you, right, but you don't have the resources needed to do what needs to be done. Now, you can have the ability to do what needs to be done, but if you don't have the resources, then you can't do it because you don't have what you need. So now, if I am billing myself, right, and I'm billing myself to be able to support myself, right? As I bill myself, then I saw what I needed to support what I was billing, right? So now my family became me and my wife. So then I'm supporting my wife and myself. Now come a child. Now I have to learn how to support myself, support my wife and our child. So now, once I get that under control, here come another child. Now I gotta support myself, my wife, and our 2 children, right? But I still got a grandmother, so I gotta support myself, my wife, my 2 kids, and my grandmother. So my economy has to support everything in it. If not, then I'm not effective in my support, right? So now, as I grow into myself and my responsibilities have then multiplied, now I have to learn how to multiply my resources. See? So now, I could work more overtime, but then my wife started, well, we don't go there, we don't do this. See, now I have to readjust my economy because now I have to give time to my wife because she want more of my time. Now, I have to build my life's economy now, so I can't work that much overtime because I can't be in 2 places at one time. So now I have to learn how to subsidize my income legally, because if I'm building a better version of myself, why would I do something that would destroy the version of myself that I'm building? Right? Because I'm the architect of me. See, that's what I'm selling you, brick by brick. See, word by word. See, this is my body of work. See, just like you read your Bible, you read your Quran, this is my body of work, right? So now, let me read some of my body to you, right? Now, this is what I'm saying. This is me. So I'm gonna just roll and then I'm gonna stop it. Boom. Now this is and this funny. It's right now. I'm talking to y'all about Moses, right? And then this is page 6 of my testimony. It say, who sent Moses to free the Israelites and sent his only begotten son to free humanity? See, I mean, this is me saying about humanity. I just scrolled up and now it says, would now send a great calamity as judgment, because if we of this day look at the definition of judgment and believe this definition, we of this day will see the bad economics of our times as, see, this ain't me, man. This ain't me, man. This is what I'm saying, right? These people try to make you look dumb, but once you showed yourself in my testimony, right? How could you think that the stuff that they do, that you see in it is me? Like, see that's them, right? Now, I'm gonna show y'all something. It's no way I wrote this. It's no way I wrote this, but I did not punctuate it like this. Now check this. It's a who sent Moses, to free, period. The Israelites and sent his only begotten son to free humanity, period. Would not send a great calamity as judgment because, if, period. We of, period. We, of, period. There's no way I did that. Now I say we, and then I go of this day, and see, because I go we, and then I go of, not period, of this day, and then I'm saying look. So I'm giving you a comma because I'm giving you something that I want you to pay attention to. But why would I go we, of, and then period? See, so but I understand evil, because why would evil not be present in goodness? See, so that's why I thought that my friends and family would see this as a blessing. When you see the devil all around somebody, man, you would think like, man, and you wrote it, and the devil then allowed you to capture him and it and they in writing, and descendants of slaves say this is a bad investment. But they were denied the right to read and write, and now they're taking the best of my ability and they're throwing it in the trash, but yet they're going to work for less than a living wage, and they say that they are blessed. These people don't even know what a good investment is, but they say they're investors. They say they work for themselves, but yet they actually work for themselves. But you saying, hey man, if you have a business, your business is supposed to give opportunity. So see, my company, I'm hiring you to help me make the books that I can sell. So the book is $1,500 because the state made it that, and that mark, the devil made it worth more than that. See, because now, how can you say this is not a legal document when you see it's being redacted? So, see, but this is what I'm saying. If a person is not legal, then legality don't matter to them. But then now when they want to do business with you, they just all right. But then they being whooped in the business that they doing. But with you, like with me, they wanna and I'm saying, well, hey man, I'm not. This is an asset. It's a book. I don't read. I don't this. And I'm saying, so you tell me you don't read, but you say I'm crazy. So if you don't read, how can you say a man that read is crazy? Because the knowledge that they speak you don't understand because you don't read. So a man that reads sound crazy to a man that don't. See what I'm saying? Because they say you don't know. And you saying, well, how do you know what I know when you don't know? You don't read. And that's why you say a book is a bad investment. Because what you gonna do with it? Right? You don't read. So what can you do with a book? But now, if the knowledge you need is in the book, right, and you too ignorant to understand you need the knowledge in this book, then why wouldn't you be smart enough to buy the book and just keep it in your house so maybe your child might stumble up on it and they can read. See? But see, now when you read it and the punctuation and all this look like this, you gonna say, but that's why I tell you, read through that. See, I'm showing you the devil is in there. So if he is in the punctuation, read through him. So that's what I do. Like, okay, I'm gonna show you what I'm saying. See, he go, we of this day at, see, that's how he's saying I'm saying it. But this is what I'm telling you I'm saying. We of this day at this definite, we of this day look at this definition of judgment and believe this definition. See, I don't look at the periods or none of that. So that what I'm saying is this is for my psychiatrist. See what I'm saying? See, this is teaching them how to spot the devil in your patient's life. So you can, because if you can't see the devil, how can you heal the patient? So if you can't see or listen and see that the devil is actually attacking the patient, and that's why they having a problem processing the information, because the devil is lying. See, so now this would make me mad, but I'm saying, why would something that I caught the devil doing make me mad? Now, you who bought the book and not know that the devil in it might get mad with me, saying, man, why he wrote this and he got this as a book? But I'm saying, don't you see, slave, that the man wants you to get mad with the book because the book is your emancipation? So this would make me wealthy enough to pay for your children's children on into infinity. Because this is one of over 100 books. But see, you won't even let me sell the one, because you is you, whoever you are. See, you are a stumbling block to progress. See, but anyway, so let me show you this. So the bad economics of our times as God sent calamity. But we of this time should know that God did not send these bad economic times, that they of power made these bad economic times. But if we of this time have the faith of a mustard seed, for which is only a pungent yellow power of the seed of any of several herbs, we of this times don't even need the faith of the Israelites, and we of these times will become free economically as the Israelites became free physically, because we of this time will be able to see the just judgment of God, and we of these times will be able to see the devil for whom hides within the calamity caused. We of these times must separate the judgment of God from the devil's calamity, so that the future of God's creation will become clear of God's judgment and the devil's calamity. The future will not, or should I say, should not have to go through the process of forming an opinion or an evaluation of the evidence, because we of the present would have used our soundness of mind to discern between the calamity and the judgment. See, now, man, how could somebody think I was crazy, man? Now, you can look at these periods, but I'm telling you I didn't do that. But this right here, I wrote. I'll tell you, I wrote that. But see, I didn't do all it. They did this, but they made it like this. But now some of it is the dictionary. See, some of it, so that's what I'm telling you, like, but like this stuff like judgment, and because I know I didn't do that, but I know I was making a point. See, okay, but our silence of mind to discern between the calamity and the judgment, because the devil operates within the proposition of something believed or asserted. This is why the devil is silent within the devil's caused calamity. The sentence of God of the devil, is absolute and based upon evidence, for which the devil cannot hide. But the faithful judges the gifted, as the gifted saves the faithful from the devil's calamity, and the gifted purchases. See, that's what I'm saying. And I didn't even know. See, I was, man, this is amazing. But okay, the gifted purchases the obligations created by the devil's calamity. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, I'm saying I'm purchasing the residue from the destruction that I caused. So see, I'm saying I understand that I have broken you from your faith, but what I was showing you is what you believe is not what you should be believing, because I saw a deceptive person in your understanding. So that's why I'm giving you a new way of looking at what you thought. See, I'm not changing it. I'm using the same scriptures to show you a different perspective, because I'm looking through my reality. See, I'm saying these people, these Pharisees, these chief priests, these high priests, these scribes, these elders, these judges, all allowed me to see what they say happened to Jesus, because they tried to do it to me. Now, because I didn't have no preconceived notion of what happened to Jesus, because I didn't believe in it, because I'm like, man, you doing this to me. I'm not going to be in church persecuted. So these people always thought that I was crazy, but I'm saying, look at them now. See, let's see them through biblical eyes. See, don't look at them through legal eyes. See, I'm legal. So you got to look at them through spiritual eyes. But look, okay, now check this. But this is what I like. This me though. This my, see the sentence? See, that's me sentencing them. So I'm saying the sentence of God of the devil is absolute and based upon evidence, for which the devil cannot hide. See, he cannot hide this. See, he tried to hide it, but then he had, see, once I was able to read and write, then how could he hide it once it's written? So then he has to cover up the places to go to then authenticate the truth behind this. See, you can't go to Jerusalem and go and find where Jesus was. See, because they didn't preserve that, just like they not trying to preserve this evidence. So then it'll be hearsay. But once I wrote it, then he had to come and hide the information. Now it's absolute. You see, and this is what I was saying, and this is what he did in this book. You see him. See, so the gifted, so the evidence for which the devil cannot hide, but the faithful judges, but the faithful judges. So that's you all who are faithful. See, like you faithful to your religious teachers, you faithful to these politicians. See, you faithful. So you don't even question them. See, so you judge the gifted, you judge me. See, but now you won't allow me to judge you nor your teachers, because you the masses. So right, the gifted saves the faithful from the devil's calamity. See, so this means saving you, and then you persecuting me for saving you. See, so now, okay, so then the gifted saves the faithful from the devil's calamity, and the gifted purchases the obligations created by the devil's calamity by the decree of a court, and the case between the gifted and the devilment becomes case law and a certificate evidencing the decree is recorded in history. But the stamina of the gifted is tested by the faithful, and the gifted is subjected to suffering. And if the gifted falls to temptation, the gifted is then judged by the faithful. So if one is of gift, one of gift must keep their eye on the devil, not upon the faithful. See, that's what I was telling my friend. I'm saying, see, man, you supposed to be my friends. So if at some point you should see the error in your understanding, because if I keep doing what's right, then you should have saw, see, because you said you've been with me the whole time. Now, when the devil came out into my body of work, then you should have seen the devil around me. But see, are you blinded by your power over me. See, understand, man, my friends and family could never make me do nothing. So now they got power, or they think they got power that they never had. So now look at how they abusing me. See, so now I'm showing my daughter and my wife, I'm saying this is how it was when I was a kid. So now you see me and I'm kind of standish off with my family. This why. see, I care for them, but from a distance. I don't let them get too close because they'll destroy. See, they destroyed themselves. Why wouldn't they destroy you? When I was in the Navy, right, they was teaching us this survival technique, right? And so they was saying, like, when somebody's frantic, right, they say you're supposed to holler at them. Hey, calm down, calm down. And if they don't calm down, you leave them. And I was like, oh, that's some bull, man. You gonna leave your man? And the man say, if he don't calm down and you grab him, he trying to survive. So if he calm down, you can save you both. But if you go over there and he split, he gonna drown you too. And so then it makes sense. You can't save a man that's drowning. See what I'm saying? Now you can give him something that can save him, but it better not be your hand. Because if you can't save him and save yourself, then you the fool, because he was already gone, because he wouldn't calm down. See what I'm saying? So now, the gifted and the devilment becomes case law. See, this is now case law. And I have the devil tied up in his crime. So now, how would it look if Adam fed the serpent when he tried to feed Eve? Wouldn't now it be Eve reading Adam's statements? So now, if Adam was there when the serpent was speaking, why was Adam silent and then he ate? So then, well, he had to be listening to the serpent too. So he had to already not want to be where he was in life, because he was also listening as if the covenant didn't cover him. He wanted to become a god. See? So now check this. So the decree is recorded in history, but the stamina of the gifted is tested by the faithful, and the gifted is subject to suffering. And if the gifted falls to temptation, the gifted is then judged by the faithful. So if one is of gift, one of gift must keep their eye on the devil, not upon the faithful, because the devil has risen silently within the garden and spoke of the devil's enemy as if the devil was a god. See, so these people who speaking against me, Pastor Willie C. Bond, he telling you that the only way to get through Jesus is through him. But I'm asking you, if he lying on me, where's Jesus in him? Because if Jesus is true, and the Bible says that a liar can't tell the truth, then what is Jesus to Pastor Willie C. Bond? How can he speak the name Jesus if Jesus' name is true? If Jesus is true, as if Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. name is true, if you speak my name, you got to come to court. If you do anything, if you take up one penny in the name of Forecasters Incorporated or Chancey Incorporated, and you ain't Benita Elaine Elps Castle, and you ain't Tamika Ray Sean Castle, and you ain't Tommy Chancey Castle Jr., you got to come to court against a legion of angels that Jesus called. You said Jesus called a legion of angels. And I'm saying I turned into a legion of angels. The Florida Constitution, the United States Constitution, the Florida Bill of Rights, the United States Bill of Rights, the United States Declaration of Independence, statutory law, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964. That's who I am inside of the civil and criminal courthouses in Seminole and Orange counties in the state of Florida ever since August 12th in 2008 at 10:40 in the morning. So see, whenever you see me, you see a legion of angels. You just don't see them, but they there. And when I point, they on your ass. You just don't know it until you see them. And then you wondering, damn, how I got tax problems? Man, what the FBI doing fucking with me? See, that's what I'm talking about. See, so if you don't know what's happened, how you know what's happening? So see, why would the devil stop lying to you when lying to you work? So why would I stop telling you the truth when I need the truth to work? See? So the devil keep lying, I keep telling the truth. Now, which one of us is the devil's children? The one telling the truth, his truth, or the one telling Jesus' truth? See, why he not telling his truth? So why Pastor Willie C. Barnes not telling you what the high priest Caiaphas didn't tell you? But the high priest Caiaphas did tell you that it be expedient that Jesus must die for him. See, but he said, y'all place and nation, see that spiritual world that y'all created when Moses was up at the top of Mount Sinai, this is what we dealing with. See, we dealing with the spiritual world that Aaron created out of your gold and silver that was in your ears and your nose. See, you took all of your wealth and you created something to worship. See, you call it a church, a temple, a synagogue, and a mosque. See, but the devil created something called education. And then he created schools, colleges, and universities to further his knowledge, right? But now in church, the knowledge does not grow. See, what is the level of spiritual knowledge when the book already written? See, but how can you be fully aware in a historical event if you're not part of the event that's historical? See, how do you know? So if you are not the creator of yourself, how do you know what kind of creation you are, right? So your seed know what it is, but how do the planter know what the seed is until the planter grow the seed and the seed then grow? I mean, the planter plant the seed and then the seed grow. Now, when the seed, like we talking about the first now. See, now you done name the fruit. See, you say that's an orange tree because you say that's orange. Or you say that's an apple tree because you say that's an apple. You name it because you the first one to see it. Now, everybody else call it what you call it. But you the one that planted it. And you the one that say what it is. Even to this day, if you the first person to unearth something, to discover something, then you get to name it, whatever it is. So now that I have made myself and you have discovered me, then how can you name me when I made myself and my mama gave me my name? I am not a unidentified object. My name is Tommy Chancey Castle Sr. So therefore, I'm not unidentified. I have an identity. I have a name. Now, I have built that name to become divine. See, because my mind accompanies my name. Now, if I committed a crime, then my name would carry that crime. That's why I want those 2 marks off of my name. Those are not my name. Those not my crimes. I didn't commit them. The devil gave me that crime. And I'm saying that's your charge. I didn't become no devil. See, so look, So if the gifted falls to temptation, the gifted is then judged. See, I'm saying, well, how could they judge me and say that I resisted the officer without violence, and then they said that I disturbed the peace? Now I'm saying, well, who peace did I disturb? You came into my house. You lied on me. You said I told your supervisor to step outside. That's a lie. You said that I didn't put an addition on my house. That's a lie. These are all the things you say. But then my friends come knowing I put an addition on the house and then say I'm crazy. I'm saying, well, bruh, if you came over to the house and you saw that this shit wasn't here, and now it's here, how you saying we didn't put an addition on the damn house? You done played pool on the pool table. The pool table wasn't here. This part of this house wasn't here. And so is your friends hating? So did they want the devil to take the house because they were jealous of you for having it? That's what I'm asking my family and my friends. Why would you let me be in the situation I'm in if you didn't, if you wasn't mad with the situation I was in? So you would be happy with me being in this situation. But when I was with my wife and my children and we were living in Lake Mary in a gated community, you didn't like that. But now you okay with how we living now. And you want me to just settle in because the way we were living before, you know, we didn't deserve to live like that. That's what these kids, that's what they've been telling me, man. Oh, that's over, man. You need to start over. So I'm saying, well, hell, how can I go back to being 39? See, how can I start over from 50 damn 4 and ain't no crime been committed? You've been starving me for 15 years and been telling me for 15 years to start over. And I'm saying, well, when you gonna stop? Like, when you gonna stop telling me to accept the crime as if the crime is a blessing? But the wisdom, like none of this is a blessing to them. Like nobody look at this as a blessing. See, they tell me this is why I should have stopped. And I'm saying, so if I couldn't read nor write, and you couldn't understand what was happening to me, how could this exonerate me? But you know, they said that I did this. So you telling me that my friend, no matter what I do, they don't see, they act like I'm conning them. And I'm saying, so you saying, well, what would be the reason why I would act like I lost my house? Like, what would be, if I'm trying to trick you, why would I lose my job and tell you that the man lied on me if I'm lying to you? Like, that's what I don't understand about my friends. I'm saying, so I called you to tell you a lie, man. So what would I call you for to lie on you when I'm trying to go to court? But now you keep telling me for 15 years a lie that you said I told you. But now when I show you, I'm saying, here, man, look, I ain't got to talk to you. I ain't got to show you. I'm here. Look, who is that? Oh, I don't know. Oh, man, you did that. So now you saying you ain't got no money to help me, but I'm conning you for what? But I've been asking you, hey, man, I need a lawyer, man. I need this. Then, well, I ain't got no money to get you no lawyer. Then I go learn how to be a lawyer. Oh, you ain't no lawyer. But you, my friend, I mean, no matter what I do, they were telling me I couldn't do it. But now they saying I'm crazy for doing it. But I'm saying, well, what about what's been done to me? That's not crazy. Like, what's happening to me, not crazy. But me showing you what's happening to me make me crazy. But I'm saying, well, what about the people who doing this to me? That make them right. But so I'm saying they can be right and run me crazy. But I can't be intelligent and show you that they illegal. Because that's going to take too much to do what's right. So we just gonna keep letting them lie in the name of Jesus. And we gonna keep lying to our children about Jesus. But we gonna let them say in God we trust, but keep lying to us. Because it's all right. We ain't, they can lie to us. And I'm saying, well, wait a minute, brother. If they can lie to us, why are you letting them lie on me? Well, I ain't letting them do nothing. I'm saying, well, you just say it's all right for them to lie. I ain't said nothing. I'm saying, well, damn, you just said. See, and so now 15 years of arguing with a slave. Now you tell me how that's gonna liberate me, even if the slave come now and say he was wrong or she was wrong. What the hell the slave gonna do? They slaves too. But now, if I would have freed myself, then I would have been a real slave. See, because I'd have had money and nowhere to grow it. Because you think the person who took my $1.2 million gonna give me $1 million and let me grow the $1 million when he didn't want me to grow the $1 million that I had already grew? So now you want me to make a deal with a person who already stopped me. And you supposed to be a good businessman or a religious teacher when you tell me to make a deal with a devil. See, now, okay, because the devil has risen silently within the God and spoke of the devil's enemy as if the devil was a God. And the faithful should have been looking for the devil within paradise. But the devil has sold the faithful on death's paradise. Now, this is 7, and not on life's paradise. So the gifted gifts are enslaved within the gifted circumstances for which they of faith see as God's doing. See what I'm saying? So these people who believe in God believe that God is allowing this to happen to me, but they don't believe that I am God revealing to them what is happening. Ain't that some shit? Now they believe that God is allowing this to happen to me and they see it happening. And I'm saying, well, it's illegal though. Oh no, but God is doing, he working it. I'm saying, but why would a legal God do some illegal stuff? I don't understand. Oh, you don't understand God's work. I'm saying I understand a goddamn crime. So you a slave. You telling me that the God of Moses heard the Israelites' cries and sent Moses back into Egypt to free them. But now you sitting up here taking all their money and telling me to lie to them after I went into court and won them with my truth from the devil that was lying on me. But you say your God is bringing me closer to him. I'm saying your God just threw me out of court. It say, in God we trust. I went in there with my truth and your God cast me out. And now you saying your God is trying to bring me closer to him, but he won't let me get back with my wife and my kids. So your God who brought us together, my wife and I at 19 years old, now that God now saying he don't want that successful union that he brought together as teenagers. He don't want it to go no more. He want the devil to then be in my wife's life, my children's life, and throw me out. So that I'm saying, well, isn't that what Pharaoh said? When Pharaoh said, kill all the males and leave their daughters for us. So you telling me you done killed my son, you done tried to kill me, and you got me in exile. So you done took the men out of the Castle family. You killed one, and now you got the father in exile. But where's the wife and the damn daughter if they ain't with you? So you telling me that's not, so you telling me that the Pastor Willis E. Bond, who my wife and my daughter go to his church, Macedonian Missionary Baptist, they members. You telling me he not Pharaoh? He got rid of the 2 men. So now, is he trying to marry off my wife, my daughter? What is he doing? Now, where is God in that man? Where's God? I came into the church without my wife and without my church. I came to join on my own. The man threw me out on Sunday morning. So what is he going to do tomorrow morning? Would he let Jesus in if he threw me out and the high priest Caiaphas threw Jesus out? So when would the church ever be open to me or Jesus? Now they open to murderers, rapists, child molesters. See what the Catholic Church, how many damn priests got child molestation charges on them? But do you see any state bringing up any charges against the church? But they brought it against Jesus though. But they won't bring it against the preacher who's sleeping with little boys. But they'll bring it with Jesus, for whom gave sight to the blind. Now look what they'll do to me, who giving sight to the blind. Look what they did to Dr. Martin Luther King, who was giving sight to the blind. Minister Malcolm X, sight to the blind. Mr. Medgar Evers, sight to the blind. Mr. Huey P. Newton, sight to the blind. Look, they put President Nelson Mandela in all of this, just like they doing me. They take the best years of your life away. So then they made him president. See, I don't want that shit. See, now, I want a company. I want to be the president of my company. I don't want to be the president of your country. See, I want to be the president of my company so I can then address the conditions of my people. See what I'm saying? But that is the problem with religious subjects. They're not people. They're subjects to religion.